There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I see with new eyes, allow and unfold, embrace and let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Breathe in and out, slowly feel all that's around you, all that you feel, all that you know. Let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. Yeah, when we unite. Oh, we unite. Yeah, yeah, when we unite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome, welcome. You are welcome here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Ocala. So wonderful to see so many beautiful faces of the divine looking back at me. Ah, yes. So I guess I need this little clicker thing. Ah. Hiding in. Oh, they're doing it for me. I don't need the clicker thing. Such a wonderful team back there. So we are Centers for Spiritual Living here in Ocala, and we have a vision, and it is that we are a model center for spiritual living, as evidenced by the transformational impact we have on our spiritual community, the CSL organization, and the community at large. So what you see, feel, think, and believe here goes with you out into the community, and you become that beacon of light for, oh, my beautiful daughter just walked in. I didn't even see that. For everyone that you come in contact with. Our mission is to empower individuals to awaken to the power and presence that lies within and all around them. so they may live their best lives. And our values, we as a community came up with these collectively so that it wouldn't be, oh, the values of our minister or the values of our core council. This was the values of our spiritual community together. And they are, and ranking in order of how many votes came to which, the first being spiritual growth and practice. You want to say those with me? Spiritual growth and practice. Love. Appreciation. Community. Freedom. Creativity. Health and wholeness. Generosity. And financial well-being. So, and I think that is what helps keeps us growing strong and tight as a community, because we have these shared values. And before we go into that song, The House That Built Me, and or the talk, we're going to invite Reverend Peggy Tresac. Hostetler-Tresac. I was just trying to see if I could remember. Tell him and give us a spiritual mind treatment to open up the service.
Thank you, Norma. That's such a privilege to be speaking up here and looking out at you this morning. Yes, Lori, wonderful. Let me just first send greetings to you from Greater Orlando Center for Spiritual Living, which is where I have served most recently as a minister, and last week inducted Reverend Martin Preston as senior minister there. So they're growing strong, as I know you are here. And in my second retirement, first from this center in 2015, and now for my retirement from Orlando, it's fun to come out of retirement to pray. I can't think of anything I'd rather do coming out of retirement than to pray. So I invite us to just turn within. To recognize that we live and move and have our being in that one divine life that creates everything. The power of this one force that is so creative showed itself to us this last week. The wind blew and blew and blew, and I kept thinking of John Denver's wind song and also the breath of God and how endless it was for days and days, and for it to be an example for us of that power that creates everything, that sustains everything, that created us and lives as and through each one of us. How grand it is to come together this morning in celebration of that, to know that as we each and every one awaken to the awareness of who we are as God in expression, our lives get better and better. We become both receiving stations and transmission stations for that divine love, that divine peace, that divine creativity. We open ourselves to receive that influx of wisdom and love that drives us to do our gift in the world, to awaken the talents that we have, the gifts that we have, to share them with others and not hide our light under the bushel. For us to, in each present moment, to feel ourselves living and moving and being in that divine life, and knowing that we are inspired moment to moment to express the divinity that each of us is. I know our theme this month is home, and I feel so much at home here as I welcome each one of us in prayer, knowing that Spirit was here before we got here this morning. Spirit is everywhere present, and as we awaken to that awareness and as we allow that to flow through us, we become the welcoming elements for one another, that we bless others' lives, and by blessing others' lives, we are blessed. If anyone has come this morning with a special challenge in their life, I invite them to know that there is a power for good in the universe greater than that challenge, and that as we open to that and align with it, the answers to our prayers come with ease. That we do think with clarity, move with ease, and accomplish without strain. I do give thanks that this is so. I give thanks for Donna's wonderful message to us this morning, knowing that it is a heart-to-heart communication and that we are blessed because we hear it. And we take it with us throughout our week and bless all those with whom we interact. I do give thanks that this is so. And let's say together, and so it is.
Thank you so much for that beautiful treatment, Reverend Peggy. So before we get into Donna's talk, we're going to start with a song because she is bringing a little information about home and how she connects to it. I'm going to sing a song by Miranda Lambert, The House That Built Me.
Check 1, 2. Check 1. I'll sing the song. Go ahead and play. We need this mic because the other one died. It's okay. Yes.
I'll sing it with you.
You'll sing it with me while we're waiting for the mic.
I'll sing it with you.
I always have her support. And some of y'all know the song. You can sing along. I know they say you can't go home again. I got just to come back one last time. She's so funny. Mama, I know you don't know me from Adam, but these fine prints on the front steps in my up upstairs in that little back bedroom is where I did my homework and I learned to play guitar. And I bet you didn't know under that live oak my favorite dog is buried in the yard. I thought if I could touch this place or feel it, this brokenness in me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. I thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could just walk in, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me. Mama cut out pictures Plans are drawn and concrete poured and nail by nail and board by board. Daddy gave life to Mama's dream. I thought if I could touch this place or feel it, this brokenness inside me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. I thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could just come, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me. You leave home, you move on, and you do the best you can. I got lost in this old world and forgot who I am. I thought if I could touch this place or feel it, this brokenness inside me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. I thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could walk around, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me. My wife, Norma. Thank you so much, babe.
So, and Donna Davis Endervis with
The house that
House
built
that built.
me. So, how many people resonated with that song? Right? Do you guys have a house? You know that house. And it may not be, right? It's this house for a lot of us that saved us, that took us out of pain, right? Somebody's house that just made you feel comfortable. It could have been mom's house. It could have been grandma's house. It could have been your house. It could be your center. It could be anywhere, but there's a space. We all know that spot, right? When you show up later on, when the building has been sent on to its next expression, you know, like if we were to sell this building now and somebody else moved into this space, and we came back and said, oh, wow, right? The space itself has an energy to it, and we help to nurture that energy with our own energy. And that's what we're talking about today. Love begins at home. Mother Teresa said that. And some people, they don't feel love at home. It's scary at home. But that's where love is supposed to begin, right? But what kind of love, right? Conditional love, unconditional love, any of that. So for some people, home is not where they were birthed or where they grew up or anything like that. It's where love begins. I felt unconditional love here. True love here. It began here. So for me, home is this spot, this building. This woman is mom. And how appropriate that she's back today, Reverend Peggy. What a surprise. Reverend Cindy said, I almost told Norma not to say anything because I don't want to make you nervous. But I'm actually feeling more supported than nervous. Isn't that something? And I know Mumi is in this building too. How many people know my mother, right? Yeah. And her presence just in a space, just knowing that was Mumi's room, did what to you? Reminded you of her. So when you come into her room, you say, oh, Mumi's space, right? Says it in the Bible, Matthew 10:11 to 14, King James Version. When you come into a house, salute it. When you step into a room, salute it. Why? Why would we want to do that? What if the space has been empty? Nothing has ever happened in it. Would we still salute it? The clean slate that it is, the possibility that it is, yes, we salute it, right? Because we salute possibility. And I love this part because Nate Burgess, I thought it was Oprah Winfrey that said this, but Nate Burgess said this, your home should rise up and greet you. How many people feel like their house right now rises up and greets them? It's interesting, and that's what we're talking about, the energy of your home. What did I do with the... Okay. So Norma said she's taking control. No, it's working. It's there. Oh, thank you, Shanda Panda. How awesome. So if living everyday wonder, we're talking about home. There are only two lasting bequests that we can hope to give our children, roots and wings. How many people recognize that little person there? Corbin recognized her. That's our grandbaby, Corrine, with her dad, looking out from their apartment. Right? Home. And we give them roots and wings, and they can be grown, these roots and wings, only in the home. It's where love begins, right? And Holding Carter said that. Children will remember where they're raised. The painful stuff screams louder in their memory. And that is why it takes a community to raise a child. It takes a community to raise a child. Norma and I were on the road, and this is Karini as well, my reason for being. The strength to keep on going. For lots of grandparents, they're like, yay, the baby, you know. But yeah, when we were gone and working, our tribe showed up. Keith and Pam showed up and grabbed the girls and the baby and took them to the beach. Takes a tribe to raise a child. All are rooted in one life, all of us. We're all part of it. Your endeavor then is not so much to find God, but it's to realize God's presence and to understand that this presence is always with you. It's always with you. She's out of the home, but the presence of God is with her. That safety, that nurturing. It's with her at the beach with people she barely knows. But the presence of God was there holding her. This is what we should all have. And did she do anything to deserve it? She was just born. Just born. All right. The moment, the prompting moment, the trigger, the prompting moment. We all live in Florida, yes? We've all had to deal with these guys at some point in our existence. We have encountered one here in Florida. And a lot of us have this like, oh my gosh, I can't have that in my house, you know? So you start to clean, you start to do stuff and start to, because you don't want an invasion of these guys. We all know that this is not good. But you have to be, pain pushes until vision pulls. Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith says that, okay? The reason I have this cockroach up here is because I'm gonna tell you a story. Norma and I said, you know, we really want a wellness center. We want a wellness center. I have my aesthetics license. She has a massage therapy license. We're trying to like start something, you know, using our own wherewithal and our own funding to start our company. Your Phoenix is Rising. So we're like, okay, let's check out the laws. Can we have clients? Da 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 da. And then I realized that when we moved from the farm to the house in the city here in downtown Ocala, before we moved in, I saw this guy. And I said, I looked at the landlord, this is being cared for, right? We're not moving into this, right? And you know, you go through the panic, so we moved in, and of course I'm feverishly always, because it's making me nervous. Always, always, always. It's my pain, my pain, my pain. And the pain was pushing me. I gotta get the heck up out of this house. I'm always nervous, I'm always cleaning everybody, I'm chasing it, I gotta get the heck up out of this house. And I had a moment of clarity that said, what is the lesson? It's not that you're dirty, you're cleaning, you're organizing, you're organizing. What is the lesson? Resilience. When I looked it up, resilience. I said, oh, okay. Thank you for the lesson, goodbye. You know? And then I started saying it, thank you for, and now every time I see anything like this, oh, lizards is another thing with me. You all know, right? It's a very big fear. I notice a lot of Jamaicans have that fear because they're everywhere and they fall out of trees and you'll be walking by my own business and then, you know. So yes, it's just this fear thing that happens. But the reason I bring up this story, and of course with lots of effort, we were able to keep that at bay. But it takes effort to figure out what's invading your physical space. This one's easy. You can see it. You know what to do. Get the pest guy out there, do your thing, pay your, you know what to do. But what else is invading your physical space that you're not even aware of? It's there, infesting, just growing, having babies in the corners, right? Right? Hey, if you can feel that way about this, then feel that way about this. Negative, judgmental people. They come into your space, especially, God bless, some of my family members. Oh, well, you should have done this, you should have moved that, you should have. And I know I do it too to people. So I'm like, when I open my mouth and start doing that, please stop me. Because it's not cool. Negative, judgmental people. Y'all know the ones that when they leave, you're like, thank God they're gone. Right? What about clutter? We had a talk about feng shui last week. Clutter. It just holds the space there, the energy there. And what happens with that energy? It keeps, it stagnates, but guess what? It gets babies and multiplies. That pile now becomes a bigger pile, which then becomes a bigger pile. And before you know it, that pile then moved on to another spot and has invaded the bedroom. And now that multiplies and has fun. And then it moves to the garage. And now it's multiplied and had fun, right? Now before you know it, you have an infestation of clutter. What about your own words and thoughts towards your space? I can't wait to leave this place. That drip in that bathroom. Oh my God, I can't wait to. The same space that keeps your physical form safe, just negative, negative, negative. You expect it to be there every time you come home from work. Like a trooper, working silently in the background, not saying a word to you. Every now and again, if you don't take care of it, it starts to fall apart. But you know what? That soldier's been standing there, and the soldier starts to lean, and you come over with the broomstick and starts to beat him. Stand up straight, stand up straight, stand up straight. Negative words and thoughts towards your space. I'm not going to say that it doesn't need improvement, but when it shows up, you say, oh, an opportunity for me to improve it. Or, oh, I need to pay attention to this spot over here for the sake of my family. Do you know who that is? That's me. When I first came to the United States, I was propelled very quickly from my family home with my dad after 3 months of being here because my father made a mistake. And it caused me to be pulled by HRS. DCF now is what it's called, DCF. And I was pulled after 3 months of being in the United States. Mind you, I didn't know what any of my papers were. I didn't know nothing about myself and landed in the system. But because I was almost 17, nobody wanted me in foster care. I'm going to age out in a year. So where they put me? In a group home for troubled girls. Because no other place existed for kids like me. I wasn't in trouble. I didn't do anything. But the system didn't know what to do with me. So I ended up at the Cord, which very quickly became Cord 2. And there I am, thinking about all my hopes and dreams and aspirations. Oh my God, I landed in this country. And for the first time in my life, I felt at home. For the first time. In a group home. In a group home. Because, and I don't even know why, it was such a surprise to me. I had people who I was told are evil, and who I was told were not kind, and that I should hide from, be the very people that showed up at and gave me my first birthday party at 17. They even had a little Jamaican flag on my cake. These same people, I'm talking about guardian ad litem, social workers, the evil people that took me from my family. These people sat me down and said, what would you like? How do you feel? Write a list for Christmas. A list? What the hell is that? A list for Christmas. And I got everything I wanted on my list. And these same faces, I started to understand that it wasn't just Americans that were evil. No, all of us have a streak. And I said, oh my God, I'm running away from this. And of course I went through some stuff here. But this place, Cord 2, We had the point system, you get in trouble if you do, miss points. And I was taught to be aware of myself. And I was put in therapy. And I had family counseling that nobody showed up at because they were embarrassed. I embarrassed my family by trusting people. But this place saved me because I was willing to let go of the life that I planned. Right? Is to have the life that's waiting for us. Joseph Campbell, I would not have had this life had I not been willing to step out on a limb and say, I'm really scared and no, I want to stay. I could have chosen what my family wanted. They wanted me to come home. But I didn't want to because I didn't feel safe. And it was nothing against them. It was just what I was going through, the energy of that space. But in this space, professionals were there. And they knew how to, when I would scream at them, they knew how to stand and be supportive. And I felt love here. And I changed my perspective of to where I thought I was going to go. I changed it. And now, how awesome is it that I'm standing here now? So be okay with your house journey. It's an upward climb. Even if you start in an unconventional home, bless each space. You don't know if that's going to be the house that built you. And I've been built and torn down a few times and built again. But that house built me. It gave me tools that I probably would have never seen. Because therapy is not a big thing where I come from. I probably have never seen those tools. But here I stand with those tools in place firmly and still learning. That's why I'm here to share. So we're going to honor our home. We'll just honor the space you're in. Wherever it is. No matter if it's falling apart around you. Pick it up, fix it. If you don't have the skill set to do it, get someone who does. Ask. We have a community full of talented people who can MacGyver some stuff for you. It may not be perfect, but you will be able to live in it. Those two right there. When Norma and I were gone to New York for COVID, Angel and Sparky and Chris and Deb and everybody showed up and cleaned and fixed what is now Your Phoenix is Rising. Did that. I didn't have the talent. We couldn't plug in, and they said, girl, we got you. That's community. That's why we come here. Wake up. Your word is all powerful. Your consciousness is one of omnipotence. Your thought is infinite. Your destiny is eternal, and your home is everlasting heaven. Realize the truth, Ernest Holmes. We say God is everywhere. Guess what? God's at your house too. And even though you left, God's still there. God didn't leave. So when you speak about your home or you want to move, and then, and I tell people this about the spaces that they're in. I say, okay, if you're feeling like you need to move to another space, then the space will start to push you. There'll be things in the space to give you a chance to want to leave. It'll be like, okay, you don't love me, okay, bye. It'll start to feel like you're being pushed out of the space. It won't be comfortable anymore. It'll be hard to sleep. But if you honor it and say, I'm just here for a moment, and that I am moving, but I'm going to bless this space for the next person, so that I can leave positive vibes and jujus behind, so that when that next person walks in with whatever challenges, because that next person, let's say your house is falling apart, right, and you leave, you get a new house, the next person coming in could be a handyman who loves to fix things. Somebody who loves to create. Oh my goodness, I see that over there falling apart. I could make an amazing blah, blah, blah out of it. So what they see is possibility and you see pain. Michael Beckwith said it, pushed by your pain or pulled. They see possibility, you see pain. That's why we have to be careful. We start tailoring our space to feel like what we want. Start by clearing up the space. For me, I clear starting with my reset room. Wherever the reset space is. Because as I'm cleaning, I'm going to need a chance to let my body rest. So I need somewhere to go in that's healing. So you start with that space. So people have different reset rooms, right? Some people it's the front porch. That's, being in and out of the energy of nature. Does that for them, the backyard. Clean it up. Have a reset space. So when you're clearing the rest of it, You have a place to go, oh my gosh, my physical form's tired. Let me go in my reset space and sit, read a book, drink coffee, whatever. You know? That's where I start. And then the second place I go is to where the energy starts in the house, which is at the front door, as Feng Shui says. You'd be surprised. Usually once I start with the reset space, the next spot will say something to me, and I'll say, oh, let me go over here. Honor your home. There she is again. Ain't she cute? You can't help but just smile at the house when you see that smiling back. I mean, you're just like, ah, home. You're going to greet your home when you wake up. Hi, house. Thank you for not falling apart while I'm sleeping. Thank you, bed, for holding me up. How many people have ever been on an air mattress and woke up on the ground? You avoided that completely. That whole experience gone because your bed stayed firm the whole time. Right? You didn't have to deal with that pain. Greet it. When you leave, bye house, I'll be right back. You know? I tell the house, stay firm. Stay with that beautiful energy. So that anybody walking up to it can say, no, not this house, honey. Not today. The energy of your home will say that to someone. Oh, not here. And we have a very vibrant community of nomadic people around us. So yes, it's comfortable. They want to come and hang out. I can't blame them. It's comfy. Everybody wants to come. But I had to say, you see this boundary right here? Please honor that. And that was it. When you return, hey house, how's it going? Man, I missed you. I'm glad you're still here. Before you go to bed, thank you. Give gratitude for your house. What happens when you do gratitude? Exactly, you get more to be grateful for. Puts you in a completely different space. Because I know that the energy shifts in your space, then it shifts by the people that you bring into your space. It shifts by the things you do in your space. When you leave that space, people walk in and go, whoa, dude, this feels great. How many people have walked into this building and felt that? Wow, this feels amazing. The Aura Clubhouse is here during the week. You know, the Aura Clubhouse supports people recovering from mental illness. Can you imagine? I mean, it just tickles me to death knowing that they're here being supported by this space because of you guys. How cool is this, right? Yeah. Even when we're not here, the decorations on the walls, the color of the room, everything, every plant has been placed according to energy by different people. And when someone walks in the space, whoa, I feel it. That's what happens. Clean up your space. Clear it lovingly. Don't be, I hate this part, and I hate that part, and why are you such a mess, and how come you did this, and how come you forgot that? Please don't do that when you're clearing. Please don't do that. Don't beat yourself up for not having the wherewithal or tools in the past. Stop beating yourself up for mistakes made in the past. It's a new, brand new moment. In that brand new moment, you say, I'm going to honor my body for whatever I can do. If you don't have the tool, you reach out to those who do this well. With anything. I don't know how to clean my house. There are people who are very gifted that know how to do this well. But we have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. And that's where the loving part comes in. This is a tiny little part of you that feels scared to allow somebody to see ourselves at our worst, according to us. So be loving. And then let loving people come in and do it. Don't invite sister girl from across the street who you know is judgmental and who you know is going to beat you down. Don't do that. Or your auntie over there that you know she has the skill, but you know she's going to come in and, you know, tear you apart. Don't do that. There's somebody else out there that can help. And you won't know who has that skill set until you open your mouth and say, hey, I need help. You know, even if they don't have it, they know someone who may know someone who may. That's why you're going to invite Irie Vibes. Irie Vibes is one of those things that comes from my background, Jamaican. And it just means peace and love, positive energy into your home. And fabulous people. People like being around them. Yo, I love my brother because he tells the craziest jokes and he's so funny. Yes, have him over. Tell jokes, play games, hang out. Infuse laughter and love into that space. A man travels the world over in search of what he needs and returns home to find it. I got lost in this world and forgot who I am. I'm currently doing healing around Jamaica. And that part of me that escaped. I always say, I escaped. But I was a teenager. And choices were made for my safety. But it's still beautiful country with amazing people and a very rich heritage. And I love being Jamaican. So now I'm proudly Jamaican. Jamaican born and American grown. Yep. And then, yeah, that's a term, Jamaican. Yeah. And my children are also Jamaican because one half of them is Jamaican. Yeah. So I wanted to share something with you guys with the second song, because usually there's a first song and a second song after the talk. You're the hero of your own journey. I never would have known in my mind or even seen myself there because I had never seen it before. Like I'd never seen a lesbian couple before. None of that when I was in court. That first picture when I was a teenager, I'd never seen families like that before. And where I come from, it was very dangerous to have a family like that. And I thought I would have to give up being Jamaican in order to live in a home that was built with love, because that was the partner I chose. But you are the hero of your own journey. And you can say, the hero is going to take the journey. And the hero is going to show up. And the hero is going to step out. And the hero is going to be scared to death. But the hero is going to say, you know what? I'm worth it. The hero is going to do that. And now look. Look at that beautiful tree. She just cascades over our house. This is our wellness center, which started out with the pain. And then I realized I needed to be pulled by my dream. And so we honored the space, we cleaned the space, we invited friends into the space. We had lots of fun in the space. Laughter and joy. And then that space, this is the result. We were gifted this space, essentially, from a client who just loved our energy. I just love you guys. I have a space. And we're like, oh, talk to us. And I walked up to this house and it needed so much work, but that tree, God's everywhere. And I believe that trees are sentient beings. And to see a camphor tree that size, yeah, medicine tree. I mean, how appropriate that I'm the one that lives under the medicine tree. So this is the affirmation for today. My home brings out the best in me and others. So say it with me. My home brings out the best in me and others. Yeah. Do you think you could do that? Say, okay, go home, look at your space, say, okay. Start with the reset spot and say, all right. And ask your space what it would love to be. You'll be surprised what comes forward. You'll be surprised the joy that comes forward. You'll be surprised the art that comes forward when you ask the space. And you just clear the room and invite the newness in, the creativity in, the God in. God's love. God is creativity. God is wonder. Invite it in to be expressed in your space that you have right now. That's what I wanted to share. Thank you, Reverend Peggy. She had some words for me before we started because I was very nervous. And she was like, you have a gift to share, so you just share the gift. Another gift that came to me, actually, was surprising. I used to drum with my mom in the revivalist church that she comes from. Drumming is a very big part of it. And so I said, okay. And I started drumming more and more. After Mommy passed away, I noticed something. Something got unlocked inside of me when I drum. And I said, what is this sound? It sounds familiar. And I wanted to share the part of, of me with you, which is that drumming actually helps to balance your right and left brain. And it also helps to release endorphins. And we have a couple of people who love to drum along with us, so we're going to invite them to come up and drum along with us. If you are so inclined, you know who you are. And then we're just going to sing along. Now, St. Anne is where this team is. Yeah, you can be right there. And in St. Anne, Jamaica, my grandmother was born in Monique, which is in the parish of St. Anne. And so my grandparents, my grandmother and my mother, this is the sound. And this was recorded live on, and you'll appreciate this, Alore. This was recorded live in Jamaica, in St. Anne, at one of the churchyard is what they call it. Okay. So just because the house that you grew up in may have some pain, there is also lots of joy there. And so I decided that, yes, that part of me that is Jamaican will always come forward, and I will share it with y'all. And anything you guys want to know about that culture, and if you want to just pick my brain, even if you want to learn how to speak patois, which can be a little bit of a challenging, but it can happen. You can learn how to speak patois if you want to learn how to speak patois. If you want to ask me that too, that's cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Donna. That was eye-opening. And that together with the feng shui, those of you that missed the feng shui discussion last week, the two together just kind of opens a lot about your home and how you feel about it and how you can find yourself more expressed in your own personal environment. So if you want to go back and look back at some of the other, talks and stuff, they're all on our website, and you can, go back and check out what we've been doing here at the center. So now is the time for us to share our gifts, and we have an affirmation that we say together. It is the nature of life to give of itself, as it is the tree's nature to bear fruit, and the flower's nature to bloom. It is in my nature to share the gifts of my time, talent, and treasure. I participate in the divine flow of life, giving generously and receiving abundantly. I am blessed and I am a blessing. I am grateful. And as Aaron walks around with the basket, those that want to give here in the center can, And Christina has the prayer request, which I don't know if we had any prayer request sheets out. But if you need one, raise your hand and we can get one. There's also other ways to give. You can visit our donation station that's located right outside the purple and green door there in the bookstore. Or you can just, on your cell phone, go text to this number and it'll have you set up set up one time, and then anytime you'd like to give to the center, you can just go in there and text that number and automatically will be donated to the center. Or you can go on PayPal at www.cslocala/donate. And we thank everyone for their gifts to the center, because that is how we, keep the doors open, pay our minister, and forward this message out into our community. And actually, if I can have Reverend Peggy bless the offering. She did such a beautiful job before.
Yes, I will not break this microphone, I'm affirming. Yes, let's just turn within, giving thanks for all the blessings that lift us and bless our lives. I do give thanks for the tithes and offerings today. I know that this center exists first because it's a divine idea in the mind of God, and then because of the givingness of so many. And I also know that we cannot outgive God. That as we give, we set that wonderful law of circulation in motion that comes back tenfold into our own experience of life, touching every aspect. I give thanks also for prayer requests of this center, knowing that the answer to each request already exists in divine mind, that those who pray over these particular requests this week know that that is so. For all of this I do give thanks, and let us say together, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Reverend Peggy. All right, what is coming up here? Hey, Shanda Panda, you want to come grab this? Yeah. Thank you so much. Shanda is back from Ireland. Is she fabulous today? Oh, my goodness. She's fabulous every day.
Okay, if I can just ask somebody though, if somebody can go get the littles, because after we're done with this, we're gonna do our. Okay, thank you. Okay, as we know, we used to have this on Wednesdays. It moved to Saturday mornings. Oh, okay. Have they put it on hold now? Okay. See, I go to Ireland for 2 weeks. Everything changes. Okay, so at the beginning of the year, so we will keep everyone posted on this, let them know. Is it going to remain on Saturdays then? Okay, so we'll just keep everyone posted as we get closer, which is only about 6 weeks away, actually. So just keep an eye out on that. It'll be a nice start. Everyone can have their New Year's resolution to, start Qigong. Prosperity Plus right now is ongoing. And it is here 2 to 5 for 10 weeks. It started on October 16th. Once this round is over, probably spring, we'll do the class again. And it's all just about abundance and learning how to live life abundantly, prosperous, gratitude. And from what I understand, I'm hoping to take it the next time, that it's a really, really great class. There's no prerequisite for it. You can just come along and be involved in that. And then next weekend is Circle Sunday, which has to do with the talks that we've done throughout and the practices, which is next Sunday. It's going to be at 11 a.m. right here, normal time, and it's a nice little ability to get into smaller circles. A lot of people aren't comfortable speaking in front of a big group or sharing amongst that, so you can get into a smaller group, 5, 6 people, and just share amongst yourselves. We all come back together, and if you want to share your epiphanies that you may have had in your circle, you can. If you don't, you know, that's kept to yourself. And then now we have the littles. Come on, littles. Are you going to bless the littles? Oh, my goodness. I'm surrounded by my everybody. Yeah. Wow, we have lots of littles today. Look at that. Hi, baby. You can reach. Okay, well, I got to say it first, okay? So we're going to bless these eyes. So rub up that energy. And we're going to put it out to these little ones who give us so much joy. We love you. We see your light. May it shine on all that you do. So it is.
That's all it is.
There you go. we got to. Now, next, our birthdays. If anyone has a November birthday, anybody? Come on, Debs. We'll sing happy birthday to you. Come on. Donna, I'm going to hand over to you. I'm not the singer. That's you.
November birthdays. Okay, standing in for Michelle. November birthdays. Y'all ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, we love you. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Love you guys. Yay. That is so awesome. And thank you so much for anybody who is online with us. We really love you. We would love to see your presence in person. We feel each other vibrationally when we are in the same room. So I invite you to come on down and be here with us in person. And for you who cannot make it to a service someday, we are trying to be making sure that we broadcast live. Sometimes there are glitches, I'm not going to lie, but depending on your internet, if you get to some strong internet, maybe plug into Wi-Fi, it will come through. Well, that's what we noticed in Maine, that it worked better then. All right, and now the prayer for protection from our Unity brothers and sisters. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is, and so it is. Thank you guys so much. I'll see y'all next Sunday.